You can just argue the fact that Uzi chain scales the sin, and that's why she would be universal. I don't see how this is an anti-feat in the slightest. Also, there's literal narrative statements implying that Uzi and Sin were basically destroying reality in their fight, which would just make both of them fourth dimensional. Also, keep in mind of the last scan, as it will be really important to prove later. So, yeah. You just made the assertion that they aren't solar system level while not affecting the solar system, and they're not black holes, for literally no evidence whatsoever. If people make the claim and justify in the past that no would be solar system level and would be a black hole, considering you're debunking murder drones, you'll also need to be debunking the scan on them being solar system level and being black holes. Also, we can just make the argument that the null she used on Luke would make her null scale to Luke himself, which I'll justify later why that's really fucking important. And by justify it later why that's really important, I mean like send every piece of scan. Sorry that I didn't put it on screen. My bad to all my Murder Jones fans out there, but I don't think I'll be rebunking this one simply because I never seen much of Murder Jones, shockingly enough. Like, I have a lot of information about the series and have a ton of scans from stuff like episode 5, episode 8, etc. But, like, I have basically nothing as of right now to contend this. There's probably an argument you can make that, it would affect the entire planet of because of some bullshit, or it would be his justification to be them on another side of the planet, so it wouldn't affect them in the first place. If people make the claim that they are, and proved that claim, by the way, then it would be his burden. But thing is, I'm gonna just leave this to y'all. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, this I don't know if you were rage baiting, but this literally counts as the definition for a non sequitur. Just because it's shown to be in the animation or it's classed as in the animation doesn't now mean you can't scale the verse. If people power scaling runs off verses in fiction and ranking how strong they are for other verses, I do not see where the problem is to where it cannot be scaled. And I just don't know how the fucking like is this rage bait? Like, are you seriously rage baiting? Like, be dead ass with me, cause this shit was not it again. Again, this literally has to be rage bait. It is talking about the conclusion of it, not how it started. It says that the big crunch will make literally everything in existence, well, nothing. And also, I mean, what the fuck is this argument? It's just. I am fucking tired as shit. I woke up like 5 seconds ago. Like, what the what? These are the arguments I deal with on a daily, by the way. It's always arguments like this in like half the debates I'm in. Just why? I'm gonna now justify why Murder Drones is objectively outerversal. So let's get into that. Firstly, SMG4 is blatantly canon to Glitch slash Murder Drones via literally creating the events of Glitch and Murder Drones and them events being presented within the series as actual material. So, SMG4 would just blatantly be canon. Not to mention that in order for those events to even exist in the first place, you would also have to have the creator create said events, which, well, we know who created them. So, yeah.
This isn't even taking into account the consistent mentions and showings of Murder characters. There's literally an entire playlist on YouTube for every time Murder shows up within SMG4, such as N, Sin, and even Uzi if you look at the Twitter account. So, yeah, they blatantly exist in SMG4. And what's insanely funny about this is that Simpson just exists in some random realm. No, she literally exists in the second highest plane in the entire cosmology, maybe third highest. That being the Great Beyond. The Great Beyond is shown to not only view the entire versus fiction, but also have Luke be able to create the concepts of space and time. Now, there's two things that you can make for this claim. First of all, the concept of time statements are in context to Tari. Tari being a fictional character to them. So if they're a fictional character to them and they embody the concepts of space and time, they would by extension be transcending the concepts of space and time, which would just make them outerversal. Yeah. Also, you can just make the claim that they're outside of the concept of space and time, which would equate to either zero-dimensional or outerversal. And since outerversal is complete non-existence and cannot hold people moving in a third-dimensional axis, which they're consistently shown to do, it would just be outerversal. Yeah, it'd just be outerversal by definition. And Sing can then one-shot them. Yeah, keep that in. Yeah, that's just some like really broken shit. Also, we don't really need this. I can already get like the base SMG4 universe to high outerversal, if not extraversal. But I'm kind of lowballing. See ya.